You go the craze they go, you know, go for afford therapy. The shame holding me back from my greatness. I feel like when you get older, you realize that there's some challenges that rise cannot do. If you're between the ages of 18 and like 28, 29, there's a very high chance that you're going through a quarter life crisis and you may not even know it. You know, often when we talk about crisis, we're always thinking of something dramatic, something big, something, you know, but sometimes it's not always that dramatic. It could be something as simple as you looking up at your ceiling at 2 a.m. in the morning, wondering if you're in the right career choice, like career path. Or it could be you looking at your account balance and seeing that things are not balancing. Just that sudden realization that this account balance is not matching my age. Or it could be you doing the most random things, like doing your laundry or cooking or doing something very random, and then it suddenly hits you this existential crisis, this sense of, okay, what am I here for? Is this what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, day in, day out, and all of that? This particular one here, I and my friends joke about it a lot, and we laugh about it, and we're always like, oh, I'm tired of adulting. Yeah, I'm tired of adulting too. But even though we laugh about it, we all identify that it is a major experience, particularly for people within the Gen Z age right now. And it's something that we should talk about and learn how to navigate so that we can make the most of it. So in a bit, I'm going to talk about one major event that you may have experienced or will experience soon that catapults you into this quarter life crisis, and three major things that sustain it. So one major experience that pushes you there, like, oh wow, I'm an adult, and then three things that sustains that, and then afterwards I'll talk about how I have navigated that, how my friends are navigating it, and how you can make the most of it soon. But first, let's talk about what a quarter life crisis is. What's the quarter life crisis? You're probably familiar with the midlife crisis, right? And that's when people within the ages of 35 to 40, 45-ish. So basically, the life expectancy is like 75 to 80 years. So people have that age. So from like 35 to 40, 45, have this experience where they're like, okay, I've lived about half of my life. Am I pleased with where it is? How do I retire? Whatever. When you have that, you have the quarter life crisis. So basically, people just getting into that adult phase, that young adulthood, and at this point many people assume that you should at least have a trajectory, right? You should have your career planned out, you should know what you're supposed to do, you should have some form of success, early success. Unfortunately, many of us do not have that, and because many of us do not have that, we are struggling to cope with that reality, which is basically, you know, what happens in a quarter life crisis, right? So now let's talk about one major event that catapults most people into that particular experience. Welcome to realization of adulthood. 1 minute you're 16 years old, celebrating your birthday, feeling like, oh, the world is your oyster, you have all the time in the world to achieve things. You close your eyes and open it. Next day you're 26 and you have not achieved all the things you thought you were going to achieve, and you're here wondering how 10 years went by in a blur, and you're thinking, what happened? I was supposed to achieve this thing at 23, 24, here I am at 26. What exactly is happening? And then it hits you. You have this wave of fear, of disappointment, of dissatisfaction that just descends upon you like a thief in the night, and you start feeling like you're running out of time. You start feeling like, oh, you're way behind in life. You know, most people experience this. If you've experienced this or something similar, please just let me know in the comment section so I know that we're not alone. If you've not experienced it and you're within that age group, the 18 to 35, don't worry. Surely but surely it will hit you. It's coming very soon. Whatever you feel after that are mostly symptoms of a quarter life crisis. Okay, so realization of adulthood catapult you. I mentioned I was going to talk about three things that often sustains the quarter life crisis. Let's talk about the first one, your finances. Now you're an adult, you realize that, okay, nobody's coming to save me. I'm an adult, people are expecting things from me. But you look at your bank account and it doesn't add up. And it doesn't help that everybody around you seems to be doing financially better than you. They are traveling to different countries. See, speaking of countries, I and my friends, my closest friends, have created a WhatsApp group to travel, to go on like a vacation for the past 2 years now. We just keep changing the dates of that travel. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about finances, like I intentionally mentioned. So now everybody's doing well. They're traveling. They're buying the latest designers. They are, you know, they seem to be doing well. They're getting the latest gadgets and all of that. They have Instagram perfect pictures, and you're like, wait, I'm supposed to be doing these things too. At my big age, I should be able to afford all of these things. Then you have one main job, you're 9 to 5. You have 2 side gigs. You're doing content creator. You're doing virtual assistant. And you're also selling stuff on WhatsApp, but you still don't have money. You cannot even have money to travel. And then you look around and you realize that, okay, yeah, I'm an adult with responsibilities, but I cannot afford it. You are poor. You are broke. And unfortunately, if you're in Nigeria, you are most likely poorer than every other person in your age group around the world. Like, it's just crazy. Even if you were not having a crisis before, by the time you look at your account balance, crisis will just start. But there's also another way that this quarter life crisis expresses itself, and something that affects it, and that is your lifestyle. You know how they say you should eat a light breakfast to start your day? Good advice, but it wasn't working for me. I realized I would eat a light breakfast, and then shortly after I'll be hungry, and that would distract me from work. So I decided to tweak my living habits a bit. I stopped eating breakfast. I would sustain myself with coffee for a couple of hours till I get my mental, workload done for the day. But on days that I knew that I had a particularly busy day or a physically grueling day, I stopped eating light. I started eating heavy. I started eating eba for breakfast, eba, fufu. I feel like when you get older, you realize that there are some challenges that rice cannot do. That spaghetti as breakfast cannot do. You have to eat heavy, you have to eat eba. What's rice? What's spaghetti? That you'll be hungry like 3 hours after. You're not ready. Eat eba. Eat fufu for breakfast, and it's sustainable. People are probably thinking, okay, how is that a healthy lifestyle? Whatever, you're going to pack up excess calories. There's another way that adulting affected my lifestyle. What's that? Walking. If you are not still walking randomly, like walking around your house or walking around your compound, you're probably not still experiencing quarter life crisis. You see people walking 10k steps, you think it's just to lose weight. Not like they've almost lost it. You get to a stage that you realize that you need to walk to clear your head. You need to walk to free your mind, to address the lemons that life has thrown at you. You start by, you're walking around your house, you're just taking steps, you're pacing up and down, you're clearing your head. Next, you're walking around your compound. Next thing, you're walking on your streets. That's good. Just don't enter markets. As long as you don't enter markets, you're good to go. Yeah, so basically for most people, life sort of forces you into certain lifestyle change. So people sign up at the gym and they're like, oh, I need to change my life, I need to be stronger, I need to be able to face these challenges. People start swimming. Oh, I start swimming, I still learn how to swim. People start going on one diet or the other because you realize that you have to cope in some way. So I've talked about finances. I've talked about how realization of adulthood also triggers a lifestyle modification for most people. Thirdly, I'm going to talk about what I think is possibly one of the most important aspects, because I think if you have this right, you're able to manage other things better, and that is your career. Speaking of career, I am a growth product manager by day, which means that I try to make great products and make them work and ensure that different people get to enjoy this product and use this product. Fortunately for myself and everybody, I'm setting up a YouTube channel to talk about how great products have worked in the past, very successful products that you like, and I'm going to be highlighting step by step things that work for them and things that you can apply to your own products. So if you're a growth marketer, you're a product marketer, product manager, growth product manager, founder, entrepreneur, and you need insights into how these things work to help your own product, just click on the link in the description below to join the waitlist, so that once the first video comes out, I'm going to send it directly to you and a custom checklist of some sorts that you can use to apply this to your product. So now that your finances are staring in your face and you see that things are bad and you are having lifestyle modifications against your will because you need to survive, you realize that you start having very important career questions. You're like, do I even enjoy this job? Especially if salary comes in and salary is not, it's not sustaining you as it should. You're like, do I even really enjoy this job? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Should I do TikTok? Is shame holding me back from my greatness? What type of fans are the ones that are made only for you? Will my parents disown me? Very interesting questions. It's fair, no judgment. Everybody, most people have thought about it at some point in their lives, and it is a very interesting phase because now you're thinking at this stage I should have a certain career, I should like what I'm doing, but many people don't. All of this, the job market is bad. To get an entry-level role, you need to have 50 skills and you need to have 2 years of experience, and the pay is peanuts. Like, things are just really bad. Maybe I should just go and marry, or I should japa. But where's the money you're going to use to japa? Oh, you should leave the country. Oh, your future is bright. Oh, you're this. Okay, give me 30 million naira now. Sponsor me. Is Nigeria not doing you? Are you not in T-Pain's economy? Is no, not your president. Is it not your president? Are you not seeing how things are? You can't leave. You just have to find a way to make it.
Oh, just kidding. Just kidding.
Embracing agency in crisis. I found that one of the ways I have been able to navigate this experience, and my friends also have been able to navigate it, is by embracing this free gift of agency that we have with adulthood. With adulthood comes agency, such that you can do whatever you want. It means that you can do whatever you want to do. You can maybe not be whoever you want to be, because if I had to be someone right now, I know who I would be. But like, you can do whatever you want to do, and you can actively work towards becoming what you want to be and building your life the way you want it to be. Right? You're an adult. Nobody's going to beat you, except you commit a crime or you fall into the hands of law enforcement agents in Nigeria who tend to abuse their power. But outside that, for the most part, you can really do whatever you want to do. And once you get into that, okay, I can do whatever I want to do, I think things start to change. You start to feel like, okay, you're more in control, even amidst all of this chaos and amidst all of this crisis. For example, it is often at this stage that many people sort of figure out what they are doing with their faith. So people who didn't used to take their faith seriously, who didn't used to go to church, all of a sudden start attending church very frequently and running to God, because they realize that there are some things that are better left in the hands of the Creator. On the flip side, it's also at this stage that some people who have been very regular with church, with their faith, start to say, you know what, maybe I want to take the wheel. And while both of these decisions are opposites, the beautiful part is, as an adult, you can make either of these decisions and you can deal with the consequences. And that is the beauty of adulthood: agency. You're an adult. Your mommy won't force you to go to church. Your daddy won't nag you about going to church. Well, except you're living under their roof. If you're still living under their roof, that one is a different conversation. I cannot help you. Maybe I can, actually. Just subscribe to my channel and I'm going to create a video on that to share it with you. Anyway, the cocoa of the matter is that you're an adult and you can do whatever the heck you want to do. There is a quote I like, and I'm going to share it with you. You don't like your job, you can quit. You don't like that relationship, you can leave it. You want to move somewhere else, you're not a tree, you can move. You want to cut your hair, great, go bald. You want to color it purple, wonderful. You want to get a tattoo, you want to get an extra piercing. Usually it's at this age that most people, is like, once it clicks that I'm an adult, I can decide how my life goes, I can choose to do whatever I want to do. People start to make very interesting decisions. And I've heard many people go, oh, because you're not an adult, you're doing things. I think it is just one of those ways that helps you cement your adulthood, that brings that realization. It's like a rite of passage that you can do something that just breaks you out of that childhood, I don't know, covering, that just makes you feel like, oh yeah, I'm an adult and I can really do whatever I want to do in my life. On the other side of the coin, you also have to be ready to live with the consequences of your decisions, good or bad. If you are not ready to do that, you're probably not ready to embrace adulthood. And unfortunately for you, just because you're not ready for adulthood does not mean adulthood is not ready for you. You either have to face it or get lost in it. Finally, in addition to identifying and owning our agency, we also need to learn how to embrace and preserve it. And that's what is called having boundaries. But that is not a video for today. It's going to be in another video. So please subscribe if you like this particular video. And when that one drops, you're going to see it soon. The aim of this video wasn't to give you solutions or something. It was just to help you see that whatever it is you're experiencing, especially as a Gen Z or a quarter life crisis you're experiencing, is not unique to only you. You have company, you have it's a shared experience, so you don't have to feel like you're going through something that nobody else is going through or nobody understands. You have people that are going through it, and I think that's one of the beauty of having a community. You're not alone, right? You're not alone, and you're doing okay. You're doing okay. That was the first thing I wanted you to know in this video, that you're doing okay. The second thing I wanted you to know from this video is that even if you feel like you're not doing okay, you have agency and you can still change stuff. Like, you can still change the course of your life. You can still decide how you want your life to be. Yes, we are in that quarter life and we're having all of this crisis, but at least it's not midlife crisis. I mean, I'm not saying that there are no ways out of midlife crisis. At least it's not midlife crisis, it's still quarter life. It means you can still make decisions to change. It means you can still decide how you want your life to be. Finally, I'm rooting for you. As a fellow Gen Z babe, I'm rooting for you like mad. I just want us to make it in this life. Anyway, if you liked this video or you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, share comments, relatable comments. I'm happy to talk. If you need someone to talk to, just send me an email. I'm happy to talk, because in this life we all have to be therapists for each other. Again, therapy is expensive. God, you go the craze, they go, you know, go fear for therapy. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, and be on the lookout for my other videos. Bye.